When you pedestalize a woman, treating her as though she's the ultimate prize, something shifts in her mindset. She begins to think, wait, I'm the one in control here. I don't need to put in as much effort. I have choices. Gradually, her interest in you starts to fade. In this video, we're diving into how to shift the dynamic so that she sees you as the prize, the one she's striving for. Here's a simple truth. Anytime you act as though a woman is above you, she instinctively views you as beneath her. This is just how people operate. So, how do you change that and position yourself as the one she's trying to win over? A lot of guys believe if they treat a woman like royalty, they'll win her affection. But here's the thing. People want to be with someone they see as a catch. If you're treating her like the prize, she'll naturally conclude that you aren't. She can't see both of you as the prize at the same time, and she wants to be with someone she's excited to pursue. Romance to a woman often means the challenge of winning someone over. If you're not giving her that, she'll eventually lose interest. So how do you become the person she's drawn to? It starts with believing that you're valuable. Many men struggle with this. They think, she's prettier, more social, or has more going on. But we've all seen that guy who might not have much, but he's convinced he's worth it, and women believe it too. Confidence in your own worth is contagious. On the flip side, I've coached many men who are handsome, successful, and funny, yet they repeatedly find women losing interest in them. Why? Because they have a tendency to put women on a pedestal, believing the woman is the real prize. As soon as she senses that, her attraction fades. I often share a story about my college friend Mike, who had this phrase. If you think you're the man and act like the man, other people will think you're the man. And when they do, you become the man. The same concept applies when it comes to being seen as the prize. If you truly believe you're the prize, you'll naturally start behaving that way. As you carry yourself with that mindset, women will begin to treat you accordingly. And once they start treating you like the prize, it solidifies the idea that you are, in fact, the prize. It's almost like a cycle. What comes first, the belief or the behavior? The key is that it always begins with your unshakable conviction that you hold the value. Now let's talk about how to put this belief into practice when interacting with a woman. You can't just come out and say, hey, I'm the prize. If you state it outright, she's likely to reject the idea or question it. However, when you simply act like the prize, she'll come to that conclusion on her own. So how do you behave in a way that conveys you're the prize? That's the next step. The next crucial step is to stop seeking validation. Think of it this way. When two people come together, one person inevitably tries harder and the one putting in more effort holds less power in the dynamic. There's something known as a validation vacuum that occurs in these interactions. When a man and a woman meet, someone will instinctively try to impress the other, attempting to gain approval. If you're not the one chasing validation, it feels strange to her, like something's missing. So, what happens? She starts seeking validation from you, trying to impress you instead. It's natural. One person always strives to win the other over, and when you stop chasing her validation, she will begin to pursue yours. But what does it mean to stop chasing validation? It's simple. It means you stop trying to impress her. Don't overthink what to say or try to highlight your achievements, like your job promotion, the car you drive, or the vacations you take. Many guys do this unconsciously when they want to win a woman over. Even trying too hard to be the funny guy in every moment shifts the power. You're performing, and she's the audience. Women, however, prefer to be the ones doing the winning. They don't want a man who laughs at every joke or is quick to offer praise. They enjoy the challenge of winning your attention and approval. So, by stepping back and allowing her to fill that role, you're creating the dynamic she's more comfortable with. A key aspect of not chasing validation is showing, not telling. Instead of telling her about your exciting trip to South America to prove you're adventurous, be adventurous with her. Instead of describing your leadership qualities at work, lead her in the moment, whether it's taking charge of the vibe, making bold moves, or confidently suggesting what to do. When she witnesses these qualities firsthand, she'll come to her own conclusions about your value. Lastly, avoid over-explaining yourself. If you feel insecure about something like your job or fitness level, resist the urge to justify or apologize for it. For instance, don't explain how you're only in this job for a while until you find something better or that you've gained weight due to the holidays. When you explain, you're signaling that her opinion is so important to you that you're trying to win her approval. Instead, stay grounded in your own worth, and she'll naturally begin seeking validation from you. The next strategy is simple, yet powerful. Ask her for a favor. This tactic is based on a counterintuitive psychological principle known as the Ben Franklin effect. As men, we often think that doing favors for women will make them like us more. For example, if she mentions her car is making a weird sound, we may instinctively offer to take a look at it, or if her computer is acting up, we might jump in to fix it. We do this because we assume that helping her will increase her attraction to us. However, the Ben Franklin effect shows that people actually like us more when they do us a favor. This is linked to a concept called effort justification. When someone puts effort into doing something for another person, their brain works to justify that effort, making them believe, I must like this person because I'm doing something for them. It's the same mental process we use when pursuing difficult goals, convincing ourselves the effort is worth it. A friend of mine, Doug, was particularly skilled at this without even realizing it was a technique. For example, he would meet a girl at a bar, and within minutes of talking, ask her to hold his drink while he turned to talk to someone else. At first I thought it was rude, but I later realized that Doug had an unwavering belief that he was the prize. In his mind, why wouldn't she want to hold his drink? That belief, paired with the act of asking for small favors, often worked in his favor. When someone does you a favor, they become more invested in you. When using this strategy, don't go overboard with requests. It should be a small, simple favor. For example, if she mentions she's good at editing videos, you could ask her to show you how or record a quick video for you. The key is to make the request genuine and not as an excuse to spend time with her. Otherwise, she might see through it. Keep it subtle and let her brain work to justify the effort she's putting in. Another crucial strategy is to set and communicate standards. This concept is essential for becoming the prize in any relationship dynamic. A few years ago, I was looking to get some cosmetic work done on my teeth, and I went to a few different dentists. Some were overly accommodating, constantly offering me water, answering every question, and sending follow-up emails in hopes of securing my business. It was clear they were eager to please. In contrast, the dentist I eventually chose set clear standards from the moment I walked in the door. There was a sign stating that if I was more than 5 minutes late, I would need to reschedule, no exceptions. When I met him, I tried to skip his explanation and get straight to the price, as I had been to multiple dentists already and knew what I wanted. He refused, saying, if you don't have time to hear what I'm going to do, we can reschedule. Or maybe we're not the right fit. His confidence was striking. He wasn't chasing my business, and he didn't follow up with me afterward. In the end, I chose him despite his services being more expensive than the others, because he communicated his value clearly and set firm standards. This applies directly to dating. One key way to set and communicate your standards is by not allowing a woman to downgrade your meetups. For instance, if you've planned a dinner date and she suggests lunch instead, that's a downgrade. Lunch lacks the intimacy and possibilities that a dinner date offers. Many guys would accept the lunch because they fear missing out on the opportunity, but by doing so, they communicate that they're not the prize. Instead, set your standard by saying something like, you know what, I'd rather meet for dinner. Let's reschedule for a night when you're free. Another example is when a woman is being wishy-washy with her availability. If you invite her to an event on Friday and she says she's unsure and will let you know, don't wait around. Instead, take the offer off the table by saying, it sounds like this week isn't good for you. Let's plan something another time. This shows that you won't tolerate indecisiveness and that your time is valuable. By setting and communicating your standards, you demonstrate that you are the prize. This creates an environment where women will feel the need to meet your standards rather than you chasing theirs. This is key to building a relationship dynamic where you are respected and valued. A lot of guys struggle with the idea of being the prize because they feel they lack the confidence, social charisma, or power necessary to embody that role. But the good news is, transforming how you're perceived isn't as complicated as it might seem. One of the key components we dive into is perception. A lot of people think that being the prize is about having a certain look, a certain job, or some other external validation. But in reality, these are surface-level attributes that can only take you so far. They're like a resume. They might get you a few more dates or attention. But when it comes down to it, what matters is how you carry yourself, your attitude, and your internal sense of value. This class teaches you that being the prize isn't grounded in reality. It's based on perception. What matters is how she perceives you. And there are specific, actionable things you can do to shape that perception. Looks, money, and status might get you in the door, but once you're in, it's your social power and charisma that determine whether she'll stay interested. In the class, we focus on 3 key elements that elevate your power and status in her eyes. These steps are designed to not only shift how you view yourself, but also how others see you, making it much easier to naturally exude that prize mentality in all social interactions. If you're serious about improving your social charisma and becoming the prize in the eyes of women, this class will give you the foundation and tools you need to make it happen. Alright, that is it for this video. If you gained some insight from it, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more topics like this. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Stoic Approach to Life.